Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Today we are on the hunt for a very useful and incredibly maligned plant. It pops up in the spring, providing us with edible leaves, roots, stems, and flowers, so long as they haven't been sprayed with some sort of weed killer. Any guesses as to the identity of this controversial plant? No, it's not spinach, not kale or radishes. It is the sunny, or evil depending on your point of view, dandelion. Now, I'm bringing this handy-dandy garden claw because I would like to dig up a root later on. A small shovel or even a fork or a spoon will also do. And where to start? How about anywhere? Look at all the unusual places that my friend Rob found them growing. Even though dandelions will happily settle in fancy gardens, they don't need them. A nice crack in the pavement will do. And are they really edible? You bet. Highly nutritious, in fact. You just have to know that they haven't been sprayed with some kind of plant killer. Always, always, always check with an adult before trying any plant in the wild. Now, if you do get a chance to try one, there are so many recipes out there for every part of this so-called weed. You're not going to believe it. Cakes, salads, fritters, stir-fries, it's incredible. You just have to be okay with the taste, which is decidedly bitter, I must admit. Today, I'm going to try to dig up a root for you. This is a real challenge. Dandelion roots are long tap roots, and they prefer to stay in the ground. All gardeners are well aware that if you leave even a small part of the taproot of a dandelion in the ground, the whole plant will grow back. Excellent if you see them as food. Terrible if you see them as an ugly weed. I'm also going to take a flower. I'm not going to eat either of these things. I'm going to do some measuring and counting and estimating and multiplying. Oh yeah, dandelions are nature's math worksheet too. Again, is this useful? Painful? Like with everything else when it comes to this controversial plant, it all depends on your perspective. So after a few tries, I was able to harvest this lovely specimen. I didn't get the root in one go. That's okay. Look at the length of it. How long do you think this root might be? What would you say? Standard ruler is 30 centimeters long, so that's kind of a handy reference. Pause the video and discuss how long you think this root is. Well, it's definitely longer than the ruler, by about this much. Okay, how long is that? Let's check. It's an extra 7.7 centimeters approximately, almost 8 centimeters. I'm going to need to record this. Oh yeah, and I can't forget to measure that bit that's still connected to the plant too. Let's check that. Wow, 42.5 centimeters. Isn't that incredible? Now we're going to check out dandelion flowers. How many flowers would you say are on this plant? Let's take a look. 7, 9. There's a couple little ones down here at the bottom. Okay, about 9. But now what if I told you that this is actually not one flower? It's true. How many flowers? I actually don't know, but we're going to find out. So, do you see this here? It is not a petal. It's actually a very small flower. A whole flower. Now, a small flower to be sure. In fact, we have a special name for small flowers like this. We call them florets. So, what you thought was a flower is actually a flower head with a whole bunch of florets on it. How many florets? Well, let's take a look. Before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's just pause and take a look. Now, I've arranged these in rows of 10, so that's 22 florets, and gosh, look how many we have to go. I'm going to get you to pause and estimate. How many florets do you think are going to be on the flower head? It's getting exciting. Let's keep counting. Okay, 5 rows of 10. We're already up to 50 florets. Check that out. You can also adjust your estimate if you like. Okay, so let's count up these rows. That's 8, 9, 10 rows of 10. How many? 100, and we still have a bunch to go. Well, let's set these 100 aside and keep counting. I did it. Okay. How many are there now? Pause the video and count. Okay, did you get what I got? 139? 139 florets, little small flowers on one flower head. 139. Now, have you ever got the feeling that you're just not spelling something correctly? Let me just take a quick look here. Uh-oh. Yeah, there's a problem. Misspelling with dandelion. Just let me give it a fix. And the word flower should be floret. Okay, so time for a bit of estimating again. I'm wondering how many florets on the whole plant. Now remember, I had 9 flowers or flower heads on my plant, and let's just say that each one of them possibly also has 139 flowers. How can we estimate the total number of florets for the whole plant? Pause and discuss this. So at the start, this is how I approached it. I like to kind of visualize things first, so it's helpful for me to draw out the little florets and write down 139 under each, because that gives me a sense of what I'm dealing with. Now I could add up all these 139s, right? There are 9 of them. It'll take me a while. Now fortunately, I do know a faster way. Do you? Pause and discuss. In this case, multiplication is my friend. I can use it because all of the groups are equal. 9 groups of 139, that's just 139 times 9, and it goes so much faster. Watch this. Can you believe it? 1,251 florets per plant. 1,251. Did you know that each one of those florets makes a seed? That's possibly 1,251 seeds out there, making 1,251 new dandelion plants. No wonder gardeners think that they are evil. And now it's your turn. You're gonna go out there somewhere, find yourself a dandelion plant, and see what kind of math you can do. If you can extract that root, measure it, and then take a flower head, pull it apart into separate florets and see how many there are. Then estimate the total number of florets for the whole plant. Carefully record all of your work. Make sure you spell dandelion correctly. And snap a photo to share with your teacher. Oh, and I forgot. Go out there this spring and spread a little dandelion love. Unless you live next to a grumpy gardener.